everybody's thinking about it. If somebody comes in with a gun and just start killing people just because that's what they want to do. So that's why she feels vulnerable, I think. You know, we've talked about these things before. But say that did happen, and would you come across to the North Central Leaders? Because if a shooter came and I was getting all my kids down, you know, low where they couldn't see them because they can look right in them and see. So would we be notified that there was a dire emergency or some kind of code or something to tell us that this is dangerous, get your kids down and out of view or whatever?
Your code is we're in lockdown procedure.
Okay. So does that mean I put them all down and sit them down behind the cabinet?
Put them in the safest spot in that room you can find. And you stay in the safest spot in that room.
The best thing, and you may not be able to get 20 kids all in the little bathroom that's in your room, but if you can get everybody in the bathroom, you make sure your doors are closed, make sure your exit door is locked, because unfortunately a lot of times people unlock that. Make sure that that's locked. That's why, you know, you have two people, so one of you gets the kids into the bathroom. If you can't all get in the bathroom, you get in the bathroom as many as you can, and then worker, you sit down on the floor right there behind the counter, use your feet to keep it closed. Kids are going to be screaming, they're going to be uncomfortable, they're going to be scared. At that point, we don't care at that moment. It's not that we don't care, it's that we don't care at that moment. We'll deal with the screaming and all that later. The other thing, as Larry said, when we're in that place, I don't care if Dana comes to the door and says, give me Jakey, give me Jakey. No. The same thing in a fire procedure, as we are evacuating the kids, if somebody wants to come and pick their kid up after we're evacuated, you know, tornado or fire, I can't stop them, that's their child. But in the middle of our evacuation procedures, they can come with me, but they are not taking that child until we get to where we are going, because we need to make sure that we transfer everybody. And, you know, part of it is having a list, and yes, we do need to create that, but also having a head count is going to be my first thing, because in here, if I've got 40 kids, I'm going to do a count and make sure I have them all before I check my list, because that's going to immediately tell me if I've got everybody or not. And then if I don't, I can go through my list that needs to be created. But if a parent manages to get to you in the middle of that evacuation time for the tornado drill, they can come with you to where you're going, and then if they want to leave, that's their problem. But they cannot take the child until you get to where you're going. Does that make sense? Because otherwise it's just going to throw us off, and it's going to upset the rest of the kids. Well, I want to go find my mom.
Well, and not only that, but you are putting, you have 10 kids, and you're taking your attention off the other 9 to check out one, you're putting those other 9 kids in danger. And you tell a parent that, look, I have 10 kids right now, you're more than welcome to walk with us, but I cannot release your child to you until we get where we're going, because I can't take my eyes off them.
So yes, they can pick up their child from the downstairs room during a tornado procedure if they really want to. If they say, hey, we're going to make a break for it and outrun this sucker, do you want to go and do that? That is absolutely your prerogative as a parent, but you have to come with me to the room to where I know we're safe first. I'm not going to dismiss children in the hallway or anything like that. I punch them in the face if they get argumentative. Don't do that.
I would
it's a joke.
I would advise this. If you have a parent who is obstinate and you feel physically threatened, get on that radio. Get on that radio. Paint a little scenario for you. There's a valley, and in this valley is a flock of sheep, and they go about their daily lives drinking and gathering nourishment and caring for their young. Some get old and die, some have mishaps. There's a shepherd who watches over the flock, who cares for them. A couple of knolls over is the wolf, and the wolf is a predator. And his prey is the weakest thing he can find to devour. On the side of the knoll sits the sheepdog. The sheepdog is a predator as well. His prey is anything after the sheep. Please consider us your sheepdogs. We'll be happy to take care of any problems concerned about your immediate safety at all times. Period. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
So we are locking, okay, if this person comes, we are going to be locking the exit. The exit door is typically unlocked. We need to go and lock that door, grab our kids.
You lock your door, you stay inside, safety and security will lock those doors. We will attend to that.
Now, is there a permanent lock so they can't even code it? Because what if it's a parent, God forbid, but, you know, what if it's a parent? Is there another locking system or no?
I don't think on the coded doors that there's another lock.
But these exterior doors will be locked. You'll have safety and security people in here with you. Okay, we'll be in the halls. We're going to take care of you. Okay? Aside of the condition, you're the next priority. We don't know what that condition may or may not be.
Yeah, at that point, there will not be people just randomly wanting to call us. If we actually go into lockdown, you won't have to worry about a parent just wandering in and, oh, I wanted to come pick up my child. They won't get that far.
It'll be mass hysteria. There'll be 450 people trying to get out of the sanctuary as rapidly as they can. Some of them will crawl, some of them will freeze, some of them will run, some of them will go immediately or try to go immediately into the church. That is why it is imperative that we discuss these procedures with those parents and let them know what we are doing and the precautions we are taking to safeguard their children and why we will not allow them to enter at that time. It's for their child's safety. I don't need 60 parents running around with their children in a lockdown situation where I've got a madman somewhere. I would rather deal with the madman. Until the police come. And then I have some advice from the police what to do for her. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I have a comment.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to thank you, Larry, for everything that you do here for Crosspoints, because you didn't even touch on a great percent of what you do behind the scenes today. We just heard a little bit of it, and I really, really appreciate you.
Hey, I will share, on a personal level, I will share this with you. A year ago, May, they asked me to become Director of Security here at Crosspoints. Until then, I sat in my little chair, in my little room, every Sunday of every service, and I knew maybe a handful of people. I'd gone on a missions cruise, and I knew another group of individuals, but basically, it was me, Jane, Alexis. Talk time, we'd get up, stand in the aisle, talk to 3 or 4 or 5, 6, basis meeting. I didn't know the people over there. Since I've taken this position, what it has done is it has made me a much better person. I now get to interface with almost all the kids in some way or fashion. I now know our elderly congregation much more than I did before. And whoever I don't know typically knows me. Now, one thing you may or may not know about me is that one of the gifts God chose not to give me is remembering names. And it is the most embarrassing thing. And people will come up to me and, Larry, how you doing? I'm doing great, how are you? The other thing about my job that I tremendously love is I don't have to do a lot. I get to walk around, drink a little coffee, get on the radio, move one. I know it's cold, but go check the parking lot. There are things that go on behind the scenes, and there are procedures that we have, and we do patrol the parking lots. Last thing I want is someone who is tripped and fallen to be out there for an extended period of time without any medical attention. Last thing I want is while we're all in here, somebody smashing in windows, taking CDs, breaking into your car. Last thing I want is some elderly person trying to change their flat tire. So there's a wide range of things that we do prior to service, during service, after service. And if we can help you, or if you have any suggestions in something that we can do better, or something you would like to see us do, please don't hesitate to let us know. By all means, my wife can tell you I am far from perfect, although she's not a very good judge of her. She's not here, and I'm not within slapping distance. Thank you all so much. Oh, Ken.
I'm sure you'll agree with this. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love and peace and sound mind. And we can have a sound mind because Larry and Ms. Watson set up. Our job is to love these parents and love these kids, and they can't feel anything from us that makes them feel like this is not a friendly place to be. We want to be welcoming and warm and wonderful, okay? And that's what I remember the whole thing.
Amen. I will share this with you. 1 Corinthians 16:13 is one of my favorite passages, particularly for our safety and security team. Be on your guard and stand firm in the faith. Be men of courage. Be strong. Do everything in love.
Amen.
Okay? We need to be on our guard. We need to watch. There are wolves out there. There are little wolves in training we need to watch. And we need to do everything in love. Thank you all so much. It's been a pleasure being here this morning. Thank you for the wonderful questions. Pastor Darren! Oh, should have been an MC.